There's some things I didn't used to believe in. Or I believed in that I don't now. I used to believe in abortion. Not anymore. I used to believe in war. Not anymore. I used to believe in kicking the ever-loving crap out of people. Not anymore. And the list goes on of things that have changed. One of those things is reincarnation. I used to think that was the dumbest, stupidest thing I'd ever heard. But then again, being 13 years old, I was pretty dumb and stupid myself. But really, there's a man I've been listening to. God said to him, "You have lived 640, some lives. You have been everything. You've been a brave warrior. You've been a coward. You've been a lifesaver. You've been a life taker. You have been royalty. You have been down in the slums. And now you're living this life because your soul yearns. Our souls yearn to experience. Because that's the only way it knows of itself. Just like God. God made us so he could know of him or herself. Because when God was popped onto the scene, there was nothing but God. So to learn about God's self, he splintered off. You've heard of the Big Bang. Boom. In a blink of an eye, everything was made. Now, for us, it's billions and billions of years. So put that in your head and think about how expansive and big and beautiful God is. And so, when he splintered himself out there, she is us. Surprise! Listen, when you look in the mirror and you see yourself, you're looking at God. And if you're picking on yourself, oh, I'm too fat, or I'm too skinny, or this, or that, you are actually denying God. You're picking on him. Don't pick on God. So I'm wondering what I have been. How many lives did I live? I mean, because our souls are all the same age. You know, you've heard people say, oh, that guy's got an old soul. There's nothing old about it. Because it's a new experience. And we're going to continue doing this for all eternity. So all of you who are tired of this life, buckle up. Because we leave this place, we reform, and by the way, there's no such thing as death. So when you die, it's actually a continuous day. You're just going to go back up to what we call heaven, be in the presence of God, and yearn to do something else. It's that rah, go get it stuff I've been against my whole life. It's the slacker in me. But what have we been in our past lives? We could say, oh, I'm acting this way because in a past life I did blah, 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 blah. No. the soul just has all that knowledge with it, but now it wants to experience itself through us doing this, like God. God wants to know its self by having us here. And other species on other planets throughout the universe, or like he likes to call it, the multiverse. Because there's all sorts of different shapes and forms of beings out there. Some look just like us. Some have a different form. Some are what he calls Hebs, highly evolved beings. Now, our journey is to become highly evolved beings. Or we might already be a highly evolved being that has come down here and tried its best to do good for us and to get us to finally snap out of it and come around, you know? I see hate in the media. I see hate here on YouTube. And I'm starting to laugh at it now, of how ridiculous it is. There would have never have been slavery, murders, or anything of that nature if we came down here knowing what our souls know. You know, the purest love, the God that's in us, and the joy, which is just love being. Everything in the universe, we already know. We already know everything, except what we have not experienced. It's just up to us to remember. Sit down with your soul. Learn. Or not necessarily learn. Just be quiet, listen. It'll sound like you're talking to yourself. I guess in a way you are, but you know, answers will come to you. Answers you could have never thought of before. Set a day aside. It doesn't have to be Sunday. It can be any day. Set one day aside for just you. Now, I understand if you're a parent, that's hard to do, you know. Or if you have a job that you're working 60, 70 hours a week, it's hard to do. Find a place and time to be just with you. Close your eyes. Inhale and exhale slowly 3 or 4 times. It's usually 3 times. And just clear your mind. And you may even have a question pop up in your head, and then just get ready for the answer. If you do not receive an answer, or an answer that you don't like, pay attention to it. Write it down. And see what you can do about it. There's 3 things that God said we should ask. Who am I? Why am I where I am? And finally, what to do about it. I know nothing outside of that, you know, because I haven't really practiced that, and I'm going to start doing that. There's 3 realms in heaven: the spiritual, physical, and the pure being. I named myself I Am Love before I could understand even what that would truly mean. I is the beginning of thought. It is so powerful. So powerful. You say, I am tired. Well, so be it. You're going to be tired. Say, I am sick. So be it. You're going to be sick. I'm telling y'all, stop worrying. Relax. I wasn't able to fall asleep without medication because no matter how dog tired I was after work, to where I could barely just get myself in the front door, as soon as I put my head to the pillow, 2,000, 5,000, 6,000 thoughts all at once. Bzzz. I couldn't, it was difficult for me to sleep, so I had to get on medication to help me sleep. But ever since knowing that God does not judge or condemn us to eternal damnation, just those two things, I've been able to be clearer. I've been able to focus and actually start to remember things, because I was thinking I had an early onset of Alzheimer's. Get to know who you are, who you really are. Because I love who you really are. I love each and every one of you. God bless.